Once upon a time, in a small village in India, there was an elephant named Raju. But Raju wasn't like the other elephants. His life was very different from what you would expect for such a majestic animal. Raju had been living in chains for over 50 years, trapped in a small area, owned by a cruel man. For decades, he had been used for entertainment and forced to perform tricks, with no care for his well-being. Now you might wonder, how did this elephant end up in such a sad situation? The answer lies with a man named Abhay, a passionate wildlife conservationist who dedicated his life to protecting animals. Abhay's love for animals began when he was a child. One day, while walking on the road, he found an injured squirrel. Without thinking twice, he picked it up and took it home, nursing it back to health. That moment sparked a deep desire in his heart to help all animals in need. Soon, people in his neighborhood started calling Abhay whenever they found an animal in trouble. As he grew older, Abhay's love for wildlife grew stronger. He often visited local animal shelters and veterinary clinics. By the time he reached high school, he knew for sure that his life's work would be about protecting wildlife. Abhay traveled all over the world, from the jungles of the Amazon to the savannas of Africa, working with many organizations. Whether it was stopping poachers or helping hurt animals, Abhay was always fearless in his mission to protect the creatures of the world. But despite the amazing experiences, there was something missing. As he entered his 30s, Abhay began to question whether he was doing enough. He had traveled the world, seen breathtaking wildlife, and saved countless animals, but he yearned to build something lasting, something meaningful. So, Abhay decided to return to the United Kingdom and start his own non-profit organization. His goal was to help animals in the UK, but more importantly, he wanted to focus on his homeland, India. Abhay felt a deep responsibility to protect the incredible wildlife of India, especially the tigers, which were facing numerous challenges due to deforestation and human-wildlife conflict. One of the most pressing issues was the growing tiger problem in rural villages. Tigers, once comfortable in the forests, were now venturing into villages in search of food. The result? Tensions between humans and tigers escalated, with villagers often attacking the animals out of fear. Abhay couldn't stand seeing these majestic creatures harmed, and he decided to take action. He traveled across India, meeting villagers, raising awareness about deforestation, and teaching people how to coexist with tigers without resorting to violence. While some welcomed Abhay's efforts, others dismissed him as an outsider who didn't understand their struggles. But one day, while on a road trip to raise awareness, Abhay met an old man who told him about an elephant named Raju. The old man shared a heartbreaking story about how Raju had been kept in chains for over 5 decades by his owner. Abhay couldn't believe what he was hearing. How had no one done anything to help this poor animal? The old man explained that Raju's owner was known for his cruelty and aggression. He had been warned before, but protests against Raju's treatment had only been met with violence. Despite this, Abhay knew he had to act. He asked the old man for more details, and after some hesitation, the old man gave him the information he needed. Abhay wasted no time. He gathered his team and set out to find Raju. The journey took them to a small village not far from where they were. When they arrived, they were met with a sight that broke their hearts. There, in a tiny patch of grass, stood Raju, an enormous elephant chained to the ground. His size was impressive, but his thin, emaciated body was a clear sign of the years of suffering he had endured. Abhay's heart sank as he realized how much pain this elephant had suffered over the years, and he knew he had to do whatever it took to save him. Abhay immediately contacted his head office in the UK and began gathering information about the situation. The local authorities had been aware of Raju's plight for years, but the owner's aggression had made it difficult for anyone to intervene. Abhay wasn't deterred. He had dealt with poachers and dangerous situations before, and this was no different. He quickly formulated a plan to rescue Raju. The first step was to get the support of the provincial government, and after much persistence, they agreed to help. However, things didn't move as quickly as Abhay had hoped. It took over a year for the government to approve the rescue plan, and during that time, Raju's situation only worsened. But Abhay refused to give up. He continued to push for action, and finally, the day came when they received the green light to rescue Raju. Despite the official approval, Abhay and his team were still facing a dangerous situation. The owner of Raju was known for his violent temper, and many people feared for their safety. Abhay's team went undercover, carefully planning the rescue operation to avoid any confrontation. The day they were set to free Raju, they were ready for anything. But what happened next still shocked everyone. As they approached the area where Raju was held, they saw the owner's men racing toward them in cars, armed with guns. Raju, already terrified from years of mistreatment, became agitated. But thanks to the help of the local police, Abhay and his team managed to reach the elephant. As they removed Raju's chains, something miraculous happened. Raju, who had been so afraid of humans for so long, seemed to understand that they were there to help him. As the chains fell away, Raju took a tentative step forward. And then, something no one expected occurred. Tears began to fall from Raju's eyes. He wept with joy, as if releasing the pain he had carried for so many years. Abhay and his team stood in stunned silence, watching the elephant's tears flow freely. It was a moment of pure emotion, one that made all of Abhay's hard work, the dangers he had faced, and the long wait worth it. As Raju walked away, free from his chains, Abhay knew that he had done something truly meaningful. The fight for wildlife conservation wasn't always easy, but moments like this reminded him why it was all worth it. Raju's story spread quickly, inspiring others to take action and stand up for the animals who couldn't speak for themselves. Abhay's non-profit organization grew even stronger, and more volunteers from around the world joined the cause. But the memory of Raju's tears would forever stay with Abhay, reminding him that sometimes the greatest victories are the ones that come from compassion and determination. And that's how one man, armed with nothing but his love for animals, changed the life of an elephant and the world forever. That's all for today. If you found this story moving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more heartwarming animal tales here on the Animal World. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.